welcome to our second day business accountability challenge. So yeah, share with me how are you guys doing, and also please tag your friends if they wanted to join the session today. It will be very valuable. So especially for people who feels that they kind of like feeling very down with themselves, and they kind of like lose track, and then they want to get back, get that momentum going. And I totally understand with all the current situation that is happening nowadays, like with all those stories out there and everything. Yeah, sometimes it can just pull you down, isn't it? And you kind of like lose all those energies, you are losing all those vibes and everything. So sometimes we need help, and we can't do it alone. We just need help to work these things together. So that's the reason why I'm coming up with all these 3 days session where you guys will come in and join in together with me. So I'm not here to just to motivate, but I'm here today is to support everyone together with myself. And later you'll be able to understand more why this is very, very important, because I'm going to share in terms of my experience, my journey as well, how I always get back on track. I'm a human being as well. There will be time where I feel very, very down. There will be time where I kind of like out of the track, I lose all those momentum and everything. So for me to get back on track is just too hard. So that's the reason why I'm coming out with this session today, so that I can support every single one of you guys as well. If you think that it's already time for you to keep on moving forward and to achieve whatever dreams that you have, to achieve whatever goals that you've been setting up before this, okay? All right, so if you haven't been here yesterday, so after this, have a look in terms of what we have done yesterday. I believe that is super, super important. Firstly, to go back into the first strategy, because for you to move to our next strategy today, you got to look back, in terms of what is the first strategy that you need to have. Because this is the reason why I'm coming up with this session today. You guys can comment, yeah, can say hi, you just say whatever that you would love to say. Because sometimes I need that comment, I need that vibes from you guys as well. Come on guys, it's a two-way conversation here, so you got to raise your standard, lean in. Come on guys, we need each other support, isn't it? Agree? I need that support as well from you guys, so that we can do this together. All right, teamwork, man, teamwork. Okay, so as if you have actually listened to my very short video this morning, I actually share about the knowledge action gap. Guys, that is super, super important. The reason why I'm coming up with that concept, knowledge action gap, is where I've learned it from Mel Robbins. If you haven't heard about Mel Robbins, just Google it up. Amazing woman. I've changed a lot after I understand or even read her book. That really totally changed my life. So knowledge action gap really, really changed my perspective, and this is how I actually help my clients as well. So because many of us, as I mentioned, we are so knowledgeable. Every single one of you guys, we are already gone through so many experience, in terms of the knowledge. Yeah, everybody are expert in their own field. However, sometimes we feel that we know everything. Have you had that experience before? Like when someone is like trying to help you whatsoever, and then you have that perspective saying that, I know all those things already, so what? So I remember in the past, I'm quite rebellious person. I'm a very rebellious person. So I have my mentor, but at the same time, I'm quite rebellious in a way that because of my ego as well. So I was like, well, I know every single thing. So what? Why do I care? Why do I need to learn more? Those kind of things. So what Mel Robbins was saying, that so many people out there are so knowledgeable. However, there's a big gap in terms of taking action. So many people, they're very smart, in their skills whatsoever, but not many people are actually going to the next step of taking action. When I'm saying taking action here, is not just take action. There's a strategy on how you should take action in order to see that result. So again, yesterday I've been asking all the people who are watching me, who are actually joining the class yesterday, I was asking them, how many of you guys have goals? So looking again, what I'm sharing today is I want to give this as kind of like awareness level to everyone, including myself as well, just to remind myself, because when I have that ego, I stop learning because of that ego. So when I stop learning, when I stop accepting, you know, whatever values that people are actually wanting to share with me, you know, even though I took action, I'm not getting that result. And this is the reason why I'm coming live today, is because for me it's very valuable what I have done, what I've, you know, did not do, and how I actually changed. And I started to change in terms of my thinking first. All right, so the moment when I start changing my thinking, then only I can see how I took action is very, very different now. Yes, I still took action in the past. However, I'm not getting the result that I want to. And that really frustrates me. So that's the reason why I'm here today, wanting to share with every one of you guys today why it's super, super important. You know, go back into the first strategy, which is your thinking strategy. When you change your thinking strategy, it will change in terms of your action. And your action also needs a strategy. It's not just by doing everything, you know, because in the past I was very rebellious person also. Rebellious here means that, you know, like, I know everything, so what, I'll just do it, you know, without understanding the concept of the strategy. There are strategy behind all the things that you want to do in order to get the result that you want. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Nazri. Yeah. Get her to join in. What is her name? Aisha, is it? So if Aisha, if you are here, hello. So you guys can just comment and just say hi to each other, okay? So this is very, very important, because the reason why you guys are here today and the reason why I'm coming up with this live is because I would love to see every single one of you guys to get back on track and start that momentum again. Because you're almost there. I totally understand. And I know every single one of you guys have your own goals, correct? How many of you guys have your own goal? Raise your hand. You have to use the emoji. It's so different, you know, like using this live video and also with the Zoom session. But anyway, I always enjoy chatting with you guys, you know. Having this conversation is so, so valuable. So you just let me know, okay? So again, going back into how we are going to move forward, right? So I really want to see that this time you promise to yourself that you are going to take action in the right way in order for you to get the right result. Because I totally understand some of you guys, how many of you guys have goals and then you have been doing it, unfortunately you're still not being able to achieve it. How many of you guys have that experience? And how many of you guys feel very frustrated with it? It's too exhausted. You've been doing all those planning, you've been doing what you're supposed to do, and yet you're not getting that result. How frustrated can it be? And how much investment that you have put in, especially we are all in business. I assume all of you guys here who are watching today, because this matters so much to you, because this is all about wanting to gain whatever result that you want for your business, correct? Agree? Yeah. So let's look into how we can develop on the second strategy, okay, in order to achieve our goals. So yesterday we talked about finding your big why, how important it is not just having a goal. You know, we are not looking at the surface, we are going into the deeper level. So meaning, if you really want to achieve your goals, you need to have that drive. Because for you, every single one of you guys have the experience, yeah? You have a goal, but it's just too hard to achieve that goal. How many of you guys feel that it's just too hard to achieve that goal? It's very hard. And this is where I found, you know, I was like very curious. The moment when I had my own mentor, I've been very curious. You know, throughout my 15 years journey of running my own business, yeah, there will be time I can just target, I can actually achieve those targets. But most of the time, I kind of like miss the target. And it's just super exhausted. It's just too exhausted. Have you had that experience before? Yeah? So, today is where we are going to identify the specific platform. Because yesterday we spoke about how important it is to find a meaningful goal. Because that will bring a much more stronger drive for you, no matter what the challenges are. Because we spoke about all these, you can't see from here yet. Yeah, we spoke about the journey, where you start and where you're gonna end. So the difficult part is actually in the middle here. That is the most difficult part. where so many people start to give up. It's so easy to start. Everybody was so excited. Oh, I have my own new business, you know, or you are so excited. You are in a marathon and you know that this is something which will excite you. Yes, you'll be very excited at first. However, the game begins actually in the middle. That is where you are going to be challenged. That is where you will know whether you will move forward or just give up, not doing anything. How many of you guys have that experience? And therefore, the reason why I'm coming up with this live video today is where I wanted to help you guys not to get stuck in the middle here. Because you already have all those plans. You already invested a lot in terms of your time, money, whatever. Emotionally, physically, whatever that you have invested. Come on. Don't stop here. You got to move forward. Because I can see, for instance, like in many businesses out there, how many of you guys have an experience where you start a business for about 1 year and 2 years, and then all of a sudden you feel like you become demotivated, and then you stop, and then you start some other business. And you feel that this business is not for you. I think that people are not interested with my products or my services, and then all of a sudden you just give up. I'm going to start different business. How many of you guys have that experience before? I can see so many people are doing that. Whereas, if you understand the concept and you understand where you are going to be challenged and you become aware with it, and that will change in terms of your thinking perspective, therefore, you should be able to be more creative on how to pivot your business. Instead of changing the business, you know what I mean? Instead of changing the business, you're supposed to be more creative in terms of thinking how I can still keep on moving forward no matter what those challenges are. Many people give up, you know, especially in business, because I was in that position before. So have you had that experience before? Yep. So invite your friends if they want to watch for this second session. So thank you guys for being here. Right, so I just want to share with you one of this quote from my mentor. So if we want to achieve our goal, all right, so we understand how important it is to have a meaningful goal is one thing. And also we need to understand changing your thinking is very important, because the moment when you start changing your thinking, your perspective here, it will change in terms of your action. How many of you guys agree with that? So we had that conversation yesterday. So if you missed the session, just go back to my first video yesterday. Okay, no obligation, everything free. So I've even I have actually also given some of the workbook where you can actually download. Okay, because in that one of the link where you can actually measure in terms of your thinking as well. So it's very, very important. It's very crucial, you know, to see where you're thinking at this particular stage. Yeah. Hey Eunice, how are you? My gosh, thank you so much guys for being here. All right, so if you have any question, just put it in. Yeah, I'm happy to help whatever issues or concerns that you have. So are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to promise to yourself that this time when you have organized all your platform, you promise that you're going to take action, and you promise even though things will, you know, you will be challenged once in a while, all right? You will promise to yourself that you're going to get up and still keep going. Will that be a promise to you? If that is a promise to you, type in yes. And I would love to see that. Okay, it's a promise to you. It's not to me, it's to yourself. Yeah. Now, I love this quote where, when we talk about goal, okay? So, every one of you guys have your own goals, yeah? And you know that goals matter so much to you. And make sure that it's so meaningful to you. It's not just the surface, it's a deeper level. You got to feel. So when you come up with that goal, so I've given the homework yesterday. Today, if you missed my video, so go back and then start looking at your goals and then feel it. It's not just about thinking, but you better feel it now so that it becomes more meaningful to you. Because that meaningful goals will help you to keep going. It gives you different drives. Okay, it gives you different energy. That's what we want first. So I love this quote mentioned by my mentor. To start, you must have a destination. You must have a destination. How many of you guys agree with this? Can you guys see from here? Is it okay? Hi Nozil, how are you? Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Nozil. How are you doing? Okay, so how many of you guys agree with this statement or quote? To start, you must have a destination. How many of you guys agree with that? However, I wanted to add more, is where before you even start and before you have a destination, you also must know where you are right now. Do you agree? You need to know where you are right now before you are moving forward, correct? So if you want to make 100,000, make sure you go and check your bank account. How much you are making right now. Be honest with yourself. Or you want to lose weight. I want to lose weight, 10 kilo. However, you need to know what is your weight. You got to jump on the scale. Even though it's so scary, isn't it? And this is where I've learned, you know, how I step up and change myself and how I move forward, wanting to achieve my goals, is where the most difficult part is to accept where I am today. How many agree with that? How many agree that this is very, very important? You got to know where you are before you wanted to know where you are going. And to make sure that it's also achievable. Yeah? So this is very, very important, because just like, for instance, like when you wanted to travel, you want to go to Sydney, from Melbourne to Sydney, and of course when you press the GPS, of course the GPS will ask, or it will measure where you're from and to the destination, where do you want to go, right? So that in between, you know how many hours that you need to drive in order to reach that destination. Yeah, so it gives you more information so that you know how to plan. How's that resonating with you guys? Yeah. And another quote that I love to share with everyone today is where it says, this is the book by Chris McKinsey, Sean Covey, and Jim Huling. I'll just show you guys this book. The 4 Disciplines of Execution. Very amazing book. You guys must read. So it says, to achieve your goal, to achieve a goal you have never achieved, you have never achieved, before. How many of you guys have heard about this quote? You must do things you never done before. Do things you never done before. Sorry guys with my handwriting. Can you guys see from here? So share with me, what are your thoughts? Does it sound like? So to achieve a goal, you've never achieved before, you must do things you never done before. How is that resonating in terms of your thinking here? What is your perspective? Share with me. Yeah, you guys can just put in a comment. Come on guys, we need some interaction here. Then we are going to learn more with each other, you know. And definitely I would love to help you more. What do you guys think about this? To achieve a goal you never achieved before, you must do things you never done before. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready guys? Do you think that your goals matter so much to you? Do you think that this is already time for you to start doing the right thing, making sure that you get the result that you desire within that specific time frame? How many times that you have to compromise, keep on doing and doing. Every quarter you have your goals, but you never target it. It will be very, very exhausted. Yeah, so this time keep a promise to yourself. This time I'm going to learn, you know, from this session, and I am going to take action, because I know that matters so much to you, and it's also to me. Yeah, okay, so you need to have that desire, guys. You got to start and embed that in your thinking. Do that every single day. Talk to yourself every single day. I would have promised to myself, this time it must work. Inject that words every single day within you, so that you're starting to become more aware how important, how this matters so much to you. All good? So anyone else have any question or anything? So thank you so much, guys, for whoever who's being here. So now let me share with you, before I'll show you guys in terms of the platform. Okay, so we need to have some kind of like a structure here. Okay, so whatever things, if you have like a dream house, you know, you always visualize this is the dream house that you have. So you can't just dream and then make sure and then all of a sudden it becomes a reality, correct? You got to do some kind of planning in order to achieve your dream house. Whatever things that you dream, you need to plan, and you need to start taking action. This is what I always share with my client. You know, I always share with my clients saying, hey, I'm your mentor. I'm here not to make you happy, but I'm here is to see that you are getting the result. That is much more important. What's the point for me being here and make you happy all the time, but you're not getting the result? So I want you guys to be here today to see and then start changing in terms of your perspective and thinking as well. How important it is, guys. Whatever that you want to achieve, go ahead. This is what I've learned from my mentor as well. Because when I started my journey and have a mentor, the first thing he mentioned to me, you can dream whatever that you want to dream, or whatever that you desire, whatever that you hope for. But the most important thing, Yasmin, is to take action. If you don't take action, you cannot see the result. So that really brings me to the perspective of being aware of myself. Oh my God, all this while, yeah, I've been dreaming big dreams. But when it comes to taking action, I do take action, but it's not using the right planning or using the right structure or strategy that's supposed to bring me to that specific direction. So what I did is, the first thing that I want to share with you, what I have done wrong in the past, and how rebellious I was previously, and how ego I was. I thought that I know everything until I learned something that I want to share with you guys. Ooh. Can you guys see from here? Is it okay? I wouldn't be able to see any comments. So are you guys be able to see and to hear me loud and clear? Yeah? Okay. So model excellence. How many of you have heard about model excellence? How many? I can't see any comment anymore. Can someone just type in something so that I can see, because my laptop is not working. Patty, can you just type in something so that I can see from my iPad whether is it working or not? Sorry guys, if I'm not saying anything, I did not reply back because I wouldn't be able to see the comment here. Yeah, sometimes all this technology kind of crazy, but let's just move on. Don't make that all those techie issues stop us, you know, from moving forward, from having this conversation. Right, who here have heard about model excellence? So is it okay if I share my journey? Is that okay before I actually explain to you in terms of the how, the strategy? Would that be okay? Can I see some more thumbs up? Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Patty. Yeah, it doesn't work on my laptop. Thank you so much, Hadia. Cool. Thank you so much, Datin. Yeah, so model excellence. Can I just share with you guys my experience, how important it is? Because when I share with you guys about the gap between knowledge, action gap, you know, the thing is that I thought that I know everything. And I thought that I'm using my own style, my own strategy, taking my own action, I'll get the result. You know? Yes, I do get the result, but that is not my targeted result. I do get it, but I'm just not happy with the result that I've got. Okay? So model excellence here is where, when I began my journey and I decided to have a mentor, you know, my mentor is excellent. She's been in this coaching industry for 17 years. Multi-billionaire woman. And she got multiple businesses. Not just in Australia, but some other countries as well. How amazing is that? So what I'm trying to say here is that she mentored and trained me and also the rest of other coaches. All her blueprint, all her strategy, all the steps that she's been using that makes her to become a millionaire. However, because of my rebellious, because of my ego, because of my thinking, I know everything, so what? So I become so rebellious. I was like, that's interesting. All right, I'll just use some of it, but I'm not going to use all. I'm going to use my way. And what happened is, as I mentioned, I can still get the result, but not 100% as what I wanted to achieve. So the moment when I change my thinking here and throw away my ego, put it at the back seat. I don't put my ego at the driver's seat anymore. I won't allow my ego to control me. I put it at the back seat because sometimes we still need ego. Every single one of us needs ego for protection. I'll explain about that later. Okay, guys? But then, the moment when I changed my thinking, then only I started to realize, oh my God, if she already had that blueprint, if she already have all those strategy, and she's been using that for 17 years, and she can still sustain her business, and she's a multi-million-dollar person running this business, why didn't I use that? Why I have to start from scratch? Why I have to start from zero, whereas I can just follow her blueprint? I can just follow her strategy. If she did that and she can make and become a millionaire, why I was so rebellious, not wanting to follow what she has been using? Is that making sense to everyone? So model excellence here is one of the technique that she used. Is from this book called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. So what happened again, let me share with you guys the story. Because when I started my journey with my coach, she's been exposing to me about these 4 disciplines of execution. Why it's important to set up the goals and everything. However, during that time, I did not model the excellence. I do my own way. I did not follow her. I just use bits and pieces, but I want to use my own way. And that's the reason why it doesn't work. But then after a year, you know, sometimes when people was like trying to tell you again, over and over again, sometimes it doesn't click you once. You need to listen 20 times, then only it click. Oh my God. How come I have not been realizing about how important it is to have goal setting? So that is where I started to follow every single step that she teach me. And this time I follow every single step. Whatever step, how I pitch, how I do my live training, how I communicate, you know, there are structure, how I came up with my marketing strategy. They are all the steps I've been using now, exactly as what my mentor has been using it. And you know what? After I changed my thinking, it changed my behavior. I follow exactly, model the excellence. What happened? Boom, the result is there. And the most important thing is where, even though, yes, I have to alert this to you guys also, because even though sometimes you use all those blueprints, sometimes, of course, it will not give you the result on the spot. You got to do it over and over and over again. You know, there will be time where you need to tweak, you have to strategize in your own way, because she has her own different market, I have my own different market. However, the step, the marketing strategy, the step of pitching, the step of making sales, the step of, coming up with your trainings and everything. There is a structure. You just follow the structure, and then you keep on doing it over and over and over again until it snap. You got 100% result from it. How is this sitting with you guys? Are you guys all good, or am I scaring you off? So when my energy comes up like this, it shows how passionate I am. It shows how passionate I am wanting to help every single one of you guys out there. Whatever that I share today is not based on what I just read, but also based on the action that I took. That's the reason why I wanted to share, because I'm so passionate, wanting to see that you also will get the result. So model excellence is very, very important, that you have to start changing your thinking. Right, so we are going to dive in and look further in terms of why setting up a goal is very important. Because number one is sometimes life gets in the way. We call it as a whirlwind. Yeah? Okay? And you and me, we are all human beings. You and me definitely have our own challenges. Agree? Running a business already have all kinds of challenges. Plus, we are human beings. Okay? So we are human beings. We have other personal challenges as well in life. Oh, there's a... Sorry guys. Okay. See how it goes. It's pretty sunny today. Anyway, so where are we? Right, so the whirlwind here. Okay, so sometimes in life, okay, life gets in the way, and you really want to focus. You really want to focus in terms of how you should be able to grow your business. You want to focus in terms of getting more leads, getting more people engaging with you, getting more people to purchase your products and services, whatever. That is part of your goals. However, sometimes in life, things will not always go as per normal, correct? Yeah. Sometimes you'll be challenged and everything. So that is where sometimes you kind of like lose focus. How many of you guys have that experience before? You were so excited that this is what I'm going to achieve. By end of the year, this must happen. And then all of a sudden, bang, things happen in your life. It falls on your lap. And you have no idea, you did not expect this to happen, but it's just happened. What will happen? It can just divert you. It can just stop you from focusing what you're supposed to do. Have you had that experience before? So that's the reason why having a goal setting is important. Because even though you might be off track, by having goals setting, it will pull you back and move you back on track. Because it's not easy, guys. If you don't have any foundation, you don't have any track that you can hold on to. If you lose track, for you to get back on track, it will be very, very hard. It needs a lot of energy. It needs a lot of push from your own self on how to get back on track. Have you had that experience before? So, again here, what I would love to share. Hey Firiel, how are you? Oh, nice to meet you, Firiel. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, you are doing the business, health and beauty stem cell. Oh, awesome. So you're in Penang, yeah, Firiel? Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so going back, number one, why setting up a goal is very important, because sometimes there are things that is happening in our life, so we just want to always make sure that we can quickly get back on track. That is number one. All right, so let me see what else do I do. Okay, so number two is where, because one day you will not always be in your business forever. So what I'm trying to say here is that you are not going to do all those nitty-gritty parts anymore. If you are you have a restaurant, so you are the one who doing all the cooking and everything. You cook, and then you have to take care in terms of sales, marketing and everything. So you are not supposed to do that for another 5 years. So you should have a specific system where you can actually hire someone else to take care of your business, and you will now be on business. So that's the reason why you need to have the structure starting from today. Even though you are solopreneur, I encourage you guys to start having that system, to have that structure, so that everything is on place. Therefore, when you start organizing yourself and start taking action, you got the result. Later, when you're out of the business, you get someone else to be in the business, to be part of your team. They will also follow exactly the same structure. They are going to follow exactly the same system. They are not going to change anything, because you know, by using this system, standard operating procedure, by following the system, you're going to get the same result as well. So therefore, by having that system now, in the future, you'll be out of the business. I mean, like, you will be on the business. You can just be a decision maker, and the rest will be like doing all the process and everything. So is that making sense to everyone? Yep. Okay, all good. Now let's talk about widely important goal. So this is very important, guys. Setting the goals, you already understand how important it is, correct? Okay, we call it as widely important goal. The book, The 4 Discipline of Execution, they mentioned about widely important goal. Why is it widely important goal? Okay, so you already understand how important it is, to have that destination, to have that goal, to have that meaningful goal. And now you are in the process on achieving that goal. It needs to have some kind of platform. It needs to have some kind of structure and strategy and steps. Okay, so this is the steps that so many successful people has been using it, including my mentor as well. So that's the reason why model the excellent. I model her and I achieve the result. Therefore, whoever is here, take that opportunity. Use similar strategy as what I've been adapting for my own business and my own personal life as well. Okay, so one of the strategy is what we call it as a widely important goal. This is how I can help you in terms of how you're going to set up your goals in order for you to achieve the result that you desire. Okay, so why is it called widely important goals here, guys? Oh, I need to see some comment. Come on, guys, put in some comment. Just don't watch me. I need you to engage with me. I feel so weird and awkward, like talking to myself. Come on, guys, give me some vibes. Right, so why is it widely important goals? So when you set up your goals, there's two things. Jot it down. Number one, it must be very meaningful to you. How many of you guys have experienced falling in love with someone? Or you love someone so dearly? Your parents, your children, you love them so much, yeah? And how many of you feel that you will do anything for them? You'll fight. You will fight whatever it takes, making sure that they're always happy. How many of you guys have that experience? And how many of you guys have that kind of feeling? So I want you to have the similar feelings with your goals as well. You want to achieve that goal. For myself, my strength comes from my children. I'll do anything for my children. I'll fight anything for my children. So in order to do that, definitely, I will not give up. No matter what. No matter what the challenges are out there, I will fight anything for the sake of my children. So same goals, I'm giving an example. Like going back into your goal setting. So make sure that it's very meaningful for you. You're going to fight for your goal no matter what's happened. How is that resonating with you guys? Good? Having that energy now, having that vibes now, how important it is, that is number one. It's super, super important. Okay, that will give you that drives. That will keep on moving forward. That's number one. So number two is where your goal setting, whenever you set your goal, make sure it will stretch yourself out from the comfort zone. Don't make it too comfortable. Don't make your goal setting too easy to achieve. You got to challenge yourself, guys. Do you agree? Yep, I need to see more comment. Do you agree with that? So when you set your goal, make sure it stretch yourself out from your comfort zone. So when I set my goal, I have all this goosebumps, and all of a sudden this anxiety, like the fear, it creeps in. I was like, oh my God, Can I do this? You know, because I remember I had this conversation with my mentor 2 years ago. So she was like asking me in terms of my goals and everything. I said, look, 5 years from now, I wanted to speak and become an international speaker. Speak in front of 10,000 people internationally. You know, even saying that, I was like shivering. It scares me off. But this is what I want to do. So I want you to start looking again in terms of your goals. Do not have goals that keep you safe. There's no challenge. When there's no challenge, you feel demotivated, or you will be like, you will not continue whatever that you want to do because there's no challenge. However, when there's challenge, you know, whatever it takes, you're going to drive yourself to beat that challenge. Agree with me? Agree. Oh yes, thank you so much, yes, for being here. Yeah. So even though I'm giving you guys an example here, because my drive is so strong, you know, I want to have that opportunity. So I have another 3 years. When I spoke to my mentor, I have 2 years. During that time, it was like 2 years ago. So I've got another 3 years more to go, where I wanted to speak in front of 10,000 people on stage. I want to do that. It's not just because of me, because my big mission, because I want to share, you know, all what I have experienced and learned, my journey. I want to inspire more, especially more women out there, you know, to start learning to believe and trust themselves more, to start going and chasing after the dreams that they really want to achieve. Go. There's nothing wrong to achieve your dreams. You're not chasing, please do not chase other people's dream. Do not be a people pleaser. Stop being a people pleaser. Stop pleasing others. Please yourself first. If this is super important to you, go and grab it. So going back to sharing, yeah, in terms of wildly important goal, yeah, it scared me off. Oh my God, will that happen? However, if you can see from here today, you know, like, I know some people are too scared doing live videos and everything. Plus, oh my God, not many people are actually watching, and you feel down, you feel more ashamed. Oh my God, some people are doing live videos, like 100 of people are actually watching, and how about me, only like today, like 6 people. It doesn't pull me down at all. Because why? What are the skills that I actually gain? Is my speaking skill. I practice. I need to practice. So people who have actually watching me, when I started this journey about 3 years ago, the way that I speak and everything, it was, oh my God, it's just stumble here and there. There's no structure, you know, it's kind of like all over the place and everything. So now, because of my wildly important goal, I want to achieve towards that direction. What happened is I've been very consistent, you know, coming up with my live video, coming up with my video. So if there's any speaking gig out there, I'll just raise my hand. I say, look, I want to talk, I want to speak, you know, because it's part of my journey, wanting to go to that specific direction. So how is this sitting with you guys? Can you see now how important it is to have that goals? But however, you got to have that planning to start doing it, starting from now. And I just want to share with you guys, because yesterday I attended one of this live event by Kevin Ray. So I think that I have to share with you guys, because he is the expert guru in social media and everything. So how you develop your brand via social media, guys, is a long-term game or a long-term journey. It's not super fast. So for you to start building your brand, you got to start as soon as possible. Because he said what happened is because of the algorithm and everything. If you don't start now, you only have 2 more years to go to develop your brand in the social media. Because if not, after 2 years, done. You will not appear, no matter how many times you've been in the social media, posting everything, putting all the videos and everything. You got to start from now, because that brand will take time, you know, for you to develop and get people to know what you are doing. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, going back into wildly important goals will help you to go and take that small baby steps starting from now. So what you are seeing, what I'm doing, is because I have bigger mission. I don't care about whatever the result, how many people will be watching me, because some of them, they will be watching me later. That's fine. And also, only with them, even though, because that is not the right measurement. The right measurement is more about the conversion, how many people wanting to do business with you. So how many times I've been invited, you know, to speak, to do training, to do live trainings and everything. It's just starting from all these small baby steps. You don't have to wait. Do not have that magical thinking. Right, I have to make everything perfect. I have to learn from my gurus and everything. You know, I'm not going to start until I have everything perfect. You know, so many people wanting to be a perfectionist. You just want things to be perfect and right, then only take action. That doesn't work. When is that right moment will come? That right moment will not come until you start taking action, even though it's a small baby step. That's fine. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Yeah. So I'm giving you, you know, all these motivations and everything, because the most important thing is you've got to move, take action. Yeah. So widely important goal, two things. One, it must be very meaningful to you. Number two, it must stretch you out from your comfort zone. So doing live video, of course, how many of you guys have experienced doing live video? How many of you guys? I know that some of you guys have done it, but not many people are willing to do it consistently. Yeah? Because it's just too uncomfortable. Oh my God, I've done once. Oh my God, I've done twice. Oh my God, I've done 3 times. No more. It's just too scary and everything. So what I've learned from Kevin Ray, if you really wanted to bring your brand out there, posting, you know, some of the images of your products and everything, it doesn't work that much. But it will bring more of your brand image when you do videos and live videos. So your brand image will, I would consider, will explode. It will grow faster. Sorry guys. It will grow faster if you come up more consistently with your live videos and videos in social media. If you want to bring up, you know, your brand, your business brand to the next level. Yep. Hi Dean, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. So tag your friends, whoever who wants to watch this. Okay, go back into widely important goals. Now, what the book said, okay, so for people who just joined, I'll just show again the book, okay? So the 4 discipline of execution. This has changed my life. This has changed how I done my business and everything. Even though there's challenges out there, you know, like if you follow Model Excellent, I follow exactly how my mentor did that, and I did that on my business, and I get all my clients to do the same as well. The result, what my mentor get, I receive the same result as well, and also definitely my clients receive the similar result as well. Okay, so what the book mentioned is where to have a goal, please don't have too many goals. The maximum goals that you want to achieve, 3 goals. The more goals you have, the less you're going to achieve it. It's scary, but you have to go live and do videos to grow. 100% agree, Hadia. I totally understand, and I always have that fear in me every time, even until now. Even just now, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it's super scary and everything. It's just that we have to, again, going back to our thinking and mindset, build that relationship, you know. So ask ourselves, you know, why we are doing this, why we are doing this, for what purpose and everything. So for myself, it's because, again, for my mission, my goal, widely important goal, is so meaningful to me. I've got to be out here, you know. It's not just about marketing myself, but here to give you guys all the values that I have learned, I have done myself, and I want to see more people using the same technique, using the same strategy, and getting the result. And it's just such a fulfilling journey for me. Yep. So every single one of you guys, of course, you have your own meaningful goals. So start with it. Yeah. So yeah, for social media, we got no choice at the moment. So you got 2 more years to go to start building your brand. Because if you're not going to start now and not being consistent, what will happen is, no matter after 2 years, no matter how hard you're working, it's very hard for you to grow your brand through social media. You can still build your brand in other different platforms, but why not use this social media? It's free, guys. It's free. Yeah. Okay, so what the book said is that when you come up with your goal, don't have too many goals, because if you have too many, you will not do it. Okay, the more goals you have, the less that you're going to achieve it. Now, so what is going to happen is that we are going to chunk down. So when you come up with your goals, so make sure it's very clear. So many of you guys know SMART, right? SMART goal. So I'm not going to go more in detail. Okay, so you guys can just explore that, Google it out, what does it mean by SMART, because something must be very, very specific. Because the more specific it is, the more focused you are, and the more clear. Because clarity is very important, guys, especially when you're doing business, when you're coming up with your marketing and everything. It needs to be simple. Sometimes I can see people are doing things too complex. Even their thinking is just too complex. Make things simple and easy, because when it comes simple and easy, it's much easier. You feel more motivated to keep on moving forward. It's much more easier for you to take action. It's not that scary, because everything is so clear now. You know what specific direction that you want to go. So what he mentioned in the book is where it says that you got to know, okay, write down specifically what you want to achieve. You want to achieve from X to Y with specific time period. Okay, that's all. Write down your goals, guys. Specifically, what you want to achieve from X to Y within specific time period. Let's say, for instance, that you want to achieve like a sales. So, for instance, like your sales now is 10,000 per month. Okay, so you wanted to achieve to 50,000 now by, what is the date? Okay, let's say 3 months from now. Let's say you wanted to achieve by 30th of September. Make it clear. From, to, and the time period. How is that resonating with you guys? Is this okay? So sorry guys if I'm talking too fast, because you can see how passionate I am when it comes to structure, because I love helping my clients building in the structure, because I do not want to get my clients to feel so overwhelmed. If you're too overwhelmed with yourself, that's the reason why people got confused, people feel demotivated, and then all of a sudden this self-doubt comes in, and then you feel that you're not good enough, and starting all this fear started to creep in, and you said like, I'm done, not going to do it. But if you make it simple, you simplify things, you organize the structure, isn't that easier? It becomes less scary for you. And when you look at it, it was like, this is quite interesting. I think it's achievable. Because you know where you are, you know where you want to go, and you know what specific time frame. How simple it can be. Yeah? That improves your thinking. Again, I keep on mentioning this over and over again. Your thinking will determine your action. If your thinking here is too cluttering, you're not being able to move forward. It's just too hard. So I gave the example yesterday. If you are going to save all kinds of files, big files, small files in your laptop or even your phone, what will happen to your laptop? What will happen to your phone? It slows down. You're not going to be very productive with it, because everything, all the rubbish, all the things that you're not needed, you just trash in your desktop. What will happen? It slows down. Your computer will slow down. Same goes with our thinking as well. If we are not decluttering our thinking, whatever action that you want to take, it will slow you down. You will not be productive. So you got to declutter here first. So haven't watched my first video, you got to watch it after this, okay? Awesome. Hi Farah, how are you? Yeah. So once you are clear in terms of your goal setting, what will happen is, okay. So once you are very clear with that, you got to start chunk it down. So chunk it down here. So we have 12 months. So you got to chunk it down per quarter basis. Okay. So this is first quarter, second quarter. Oh, probably I changed. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. So the first quarter is from January until March. April, May, June. Guys, we are now in third quarter already. Guys, July, August, September, October, November, December. We have 6 months more to go. So are you guys ready with your third quarter? That's fine. If you wouldn't be able to achieve for your first quarter, second quarter, you still have third quarter and fourth quarter to go. Whatever that you want to achieve. Will that be okay? So why I'm showing all this quarter? Because if you have like the whole, you know, like your goals is like you're looking at too far away, you in between, you can feel very demotivated and you might kind of like off track. And it's very hard for you to get back on track. However, if you chunk it down, make it simple, make it doable, start with a baby step, what will happen is it will motivate you. It gets you keep going because you are very clear with your thinking that, hey, this is achievable. I can do this. How is that sitting with you guys? Waalaikumsalam Farah. Thank you so much for being here. So you guys can tag your friend after this also, or even now, if you think that this is very, very crucial, very, very important. So this is where my journey begins, guys. Initially, when I started this with my mentor, I did not believe whatever that she asked me to do. I was so rebellious during that time. You know, I was like, nah, I'm not going to follow you. You know, like, yeah, you have your own way, I have my own way. Until I model the excellence. So I started this journey 2 years ago and it was like amazing. Yeah, there will be time where I wouldn't be able to achieve my target. However, I feel so satisfied because every time when I set up my goals, I feel different energy and I feel that I'm not just busy, but I'm being productive also. Have you had any experience where you're just too busy, but you're not productive? How many of you guys have that experience? Oh, Dani is here? Patty? Yeah, tag her. Thank you so much. So how many of you guys have that experience? You just like, life is just too busy. Every day you wake up in the morning, you do this, you do that, you check all the lists and everything. But at the end of the day, it's just busyness. And you're not productive. How do you know whether you're productive or not? By measuring the result. So if you want to know more about measuring the result and everything, so please read the book. And tomorrow what we're going to explore more is about how you are going to start taking that action, how you're going to take that small baby step. So I'm going to give you the secret, so you guys got to be with me tomorrow also. Okay, so what you are going to do, let's say for instance, like from July until September, okay, what you can start doing is to start organizing it. Okay, so meaning here is July, correct? August and September. And you can even categorize it. So this is what we call structure. Structure is very important in business, guys. You got to have a proper, clear structure. Okay, so what I do is why I categorize things in terms of depending where your business is or depending on what you wanted to achieve, you know, in your business, in your personal life, whatever. So let's go in terms of business. Okay, so let's go for instance, like you want to achieve sales from 10,000 to 50,000 by 30th of September. So what you need to do, what specific area that you need to organize or categorize in a way to achieve that target from 10,000 to 50,000. What do you need to do? No worries, Patty, no worries at all. She can watch later. Yeah, so she was here yesterday, which is awesome. So I managed to get in touch with her as well. So you have to start categorizing it. So for instance, like in business, for me, now I can see how important it is to educate myself. I really always want to learn. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm a learning machine. I always want to learn. I'm very curious person. Every time when I saw what my mentor are doing, I'm just very curious. So I will keep on asking questions, or I'm going to learn whatever techniques. So for instance, like I wanted to improve my speaking skill. You know, I already followed all her structure. Every time when I do training, you know, doing trading, doing facilitating is very different. And speaking on stage are all different. Even though you speak, but it's very different in how you approach yourself as a trainer, as a facilitator, and as a speaker. So I was very curious with it. So I have actually followed all the systems and everything. Then I was like very curious, how can I get more better result? And then she mentioned about there's a highest level on how to become a facilitator. And what happened is I joined the program. I don't mind investing because I know every time I invested on things that I can learn from my mentor, because she, again, going back to model, excellent. I want to follow her footsteps. My curiosity is, how did you do that? Don't just wow her. I did not just wow, how did she do that? But more about asking a question, how? How did she do that? So I decided to join the most highest level, learning how to become a facilitator. So I don't mind investing in terms of my continuous mentoring session with her. And therefore, education is very important for me. Guys, if you want to be successful in business, please invest more on yourself. It's very, very important, because your business, you is actually the heart of your business. Your business will grow when you grow. If you don't grow, your business will not grow. That's the secret. Yeah. So for me, education is very important. So what do I need to do? So for instance, like I invest myself in terms of the program. So it's a training program. So I invested myself in there. So when I say invest, it's not just investing in terms of money, guys. I invested in terms of my time. So meaning that when I invest, I commit to myself. This is my goal. No matter what, I'm going to allocate my time. I'm going to allocate at least 1 hour per day to learn, going through all those training. I'm going to learn and then I'm going to practice that. Okay. So another thing probably for myself, yes, I love reading and I enjoy reading, because sometimes things get in the way. I always make sure that there's a checklist that I must read every day. I love that. Okay. So for us as an entrepreneur, okay, things are changing very fast, guys. If you look at your competitors, how they do their business and everything, they are changing so fast because they are so knowledgeable. They keep themselves on track. They get as much information as they can. So if we want to be on par with our competitors, we got to do the same as well. Yeah. So invest on yourself. Read more. Go more for training. Be with the people who have actually achieved that. Be together with them. So number 2 is, for instance, like you can go with marketing. So what are some of the things that you need to start applying in your marketing? So what are some of the tasks that you need to do? Okay, let's say for instance, like you got to be more consistent in terms of your live or video. Yikes, too scary. Yep. As I mentioned just now, widely important goal must stretch yourself out from the comfort zone. If you are doing something is too comfortable, you're not going to move forward. It's just too comfortable. There's no challenge. Okay, so human being loves challenge. So challenge yourself. So live videos and videos, make it more consistently so that you can start it. It builds up your brand image, and start growing your brand image. So what else in marketing? So probably you need to do some kind of like networking, and probably you need to get more content out there. Okay, get more content. For instance, like if you want to write a blog, you want to share, come up with a webinar, those kind of things. So I have like webinar monthly right now. Those are all the marketing strategy that I'm going to put in place. And the last one, for instance, like, I have to push it down. So let's say, for instance, like you can categorize the maximum goal for 3. If you have 2 at the moment, is also, that's okay, that's fine. So if you want to add more, let's say, for instance, like sales or products, it's up to you. As long as, can you see, this is July. So this is July, this is August, this is September. So when you organize, your widely important goals, make sure you organize in terms of the task, and that task is relatable. Make sure before you start with the task in August, make sure you complete all the tasks in July 1st. That is your promise. That is your promise. Okay? Complete this, then only you'll be able to do the next one, August. Once you complete August, then you'll be able to do in September. So how are you going to do that? No problem, Patty. Thank you so much for being here. I know that I'm taking a bit of your time, so it's supposed to be 1 hour as usual. I always promise people 1 hour it goes to 2 hours, 30 minutes it goes to 1 hour, because I'm so, how do I say, I'm so passionate in terms of sharing knowledge. Yeah, I want to see people successful also. Okay, so what is going to happen based on all those 3 categories? You are going to list down the top 5. So meaning every week you must set up 5 things that you need to do in order to achieve your first month target here. Sorry. Okay, so that top 5 is a weekly. So every week you must have 5 things that you must complete. And that top 5, look at again on the first month of July. Okay, so what are the top 5? So these top 5, my clients, they already know. Weekly, okay? Top 5 weekly. So meaning that every night on Sunday, you list down the 5 things that you must complete for the whole week. So meaning you already have planned. And that top 5 must be related to your first month, widely important goal, or each specific month. I hope this makes sense to everyone. Yep, thank you so much for all those comments and everything. So is this making sense? So that top 5 weekly is not necessary it comes only within specifically for your business. It also can be your personal things. Probably here will be your something personal, or you want to lose weight, you want to eat more healthy food, you know, you want to read more. Okay, so these are some of the top 5 that you must complete. So for instance, like you must finish up one of the books. Let's say for instance, the 4 discipline of execution, you want to finish up in 1 month. So you're gonna have that top 5 that you're gonna complete, like 20 pages, I don't know, 20 pages per week. Okay, and these can be your business. So all good here, guys? Is this helping you? Share with me. What are your thoughts when you're watching the sharing today? What are your thoughts? Do you think that this is doable? Do you think that you can do it? Because tomorrow I am going to show you guys in terms of the scoreboard, the checklist that will get you to keep going. So what we are sharing today is where this will avoid you being busy, but it helps you to become more productive. You know, you feel good with yourself because you tick every single day based on whatever goals that you want to achieve. Because the moment when you start ticking and looking at, wow, I've done all these small baby steps and it's achievable, I managed to do it. How do you feel? How do you feel, guys? You feel, wow, it's so awesome, I did it. You know, it motivates you to keep going. So thank you so much, guys, for being here, because there's no question here today. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, because I know this matters so much to you and this matters so much to me as well. So this is your promise where you are going to start setting up your widely important goal. You guys can start sharing on this platform. I love to give comment. I love to help you more. What you can do is every end of the week, Sunday night, you can start posting in your top 5 weekly. So you can start posting it in the EQ in business, and we would love to support you. We would love to champion you. You know, I've been doing this in my other new inner circle. So those are the circle where all my clients were in that circle, because that is the group called Your Ultimate Business. So there are some of my clients who were there. So I've been like reminding them every Sunday night. I will post, hey, list down the top 5 that you must keep a promise to yourself that you are going to complete for the next 1 week. So how is this resonating with you guys? Loving it? If you love it, type I love it so much. Okay, so tomorrow is the last day where I'm going to help you in terms of ticking all the box. Not just ticking all the box, but by ticking all the box, it gives you that fulfillment. Fulfillment is one thing, but also help you to be consistent with it. Even though, yeah, sometimes we are all human beings. Sometimes we kind of like go off track, correct? However, that scoreboard will help you to bounce back. You know, you fall, there's our challenges, you got slapped, you fall down, you get up. When you look at all the scoreboard, it will help you to start going back on track much more quicker, because it helps you to trigger in terms of your thinking again, hey, I lost track, you know, I want to get back on track. Because some people, they were like trying to get back on track, they was like, I don't know what to do, how do I begin and everything, yeah. But if you have that scoreboard, it will just like you just goes jump in straight, and then you can see that, right, this is where I have to start again. You know, no one else out there. Remember guys, there is no one out there who's going to push you. The only person who can push yourself is only you. Only you can push yourself, if this really matters to you. All right guys, so thank you so much guys for being here. Thank you so much. And I really want to see how far you grow. I want to see more transformation in you and also to myself. You know, let's pray together, let's support each other. So definitely same time tomorrow, I will help you with the scoreboard and how we can start moving forward. All right, so take care guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.